Probando. Estupendo. Hello there. Once again, welcome to a new episode of the playthrough I'm doing here in Foundation. We have huge challenge today, as I was trying to sponsor myself on Twitter. We're going to try to get a huge monastery down on this hill. We are already gathering all the resources we can. We chop all this area as fast as possible, and we are trying to gather enough resources and manpower to accomplish that task. As you can see, the town is doing pretty good. We have tons of happiness. Still, also have the other challenge, as I said announced on Twitter, that if we are on time, I will also try to make the upgrade of the houses. As you can see, all the houses I have are more or less basic, which means that they consume less and they pay less income. I was hoping to do two challenges, have a huge monument on the way, and also having many builders trying to go around town, upgrading the houses, making sure that my economy doesn't cripple, and I can still acknowledge or accomplish both of the things. So let's start by, let's close the resource list. We see that we have tons of resources. We have a lot of stones and polish stones, which is going to be the most they are going to require. We are also going to, sorry, get this value a tiny bit up, because we're going to need tons of glass for the dormitories and stuff. The idea is at this point in this version of the game, they included two resources, which are honey, wine, and herbs. That, let me see if I can get. Oh yeah, there, a luxury market. Honey, wine, and herbs. This seems to be the final, or at least the tier 3 resources that your population or your little helpers will demand. As you can see, let me see if I click. Yeah, see, they are missing the resources, apart from the clouds and stuff, but this is because it's a citizen and it doesn't really need it. So, let me have a quick look at the happiness. We are doing good. Most of the problems or the happiness dropping is because of the luxury, and we are going to fix that with a monastery, hopefully. So stay tuned. Right, in order to accomplish this, we have to get we'll have to build actually 2 monuments. We are going to try to combine monastery and lore manor in order to see how we can create this monstrosity. I was thinking maybe, let me see if I can point myself with a farm field. Let me put this away so they have a tiny path. People like that when they have the path through the fields. I think it's better just to have the path clear. Of course, remember you can actually force some kind of pathing with walls and stuff. So that's also really useful if you wanna make them go from one side to another. So I will say we are going to save in progress. We are going to stay around here. I'm going to create a wall in order to limit myself where I'm going to build. Okay, so let's say that this is going to be at this point this kind of quest. They are not really a challenge. So I think this should be more or less the cat. We are going to create also this here. And hopefully it will be a nice side. Yeah, let's do it with the keep. Alright, so let's create a, let me see. So more or less over here and there. Alright, so more or less this is going to be, on the other side also. We still didn't manage to chop this, but we will get to it. Don't you worry. Let's get another, more or less stone wall. Yeah, I think this should suffice. Some kind of, you can see the huge area we chop. They have some other screenshot on the on Twitter, and you can follow more or less the gameplay of this town in my video save. Okay, right. So yeah, we'll keep that. We want to chop everything. All these resources and warehouse and stuff. Maybe not the stones, because I can let it as a part of the monastery, but they were going to be out. I'm only trying to get the monastery as clean as possible, and only with the resources that they do, like honey, herbs, and wine. Alright, so let's Make sure that this they chop. Let's see if we can buy this also. Well, at this point, maybe we'll have to create actually like in 2 tasks. I mean, I was planning to do it like all like more or less in these 3 territories, but we still have to chop everything around this. All right, that will be good. So I will not going to buy because I will have a free territory because of the reward of the quest. Okay, so let's turn this off. Alright, I will give you a tiny walkthrough through my city. As you can see, like I have like more or less 2 little forests. I like it to keep it like. I also kind of create some paving with the reforestation and destruction. This is not in use because people like are using this path all the time. But as I said before, if you put a wall here and a wall there, they will eventually your village will be forced to go to another pathing. As this is alpha, I really don't like doing that because that goes to crazy stuff and like all the time more or less you have to actually reload the game. Let's put the reforestation out as I build the church. I had like a cute line of trees like separating this little town from the ships, but I eventually create more or less a pretty church. All right. As you can see, we have plenty of residentials here. Like this is going to be like the suburbs, more or less. They already have everything they need. So as soon as the people come, they will start creating their houses. So I really don't have to worry to having enough houses or already at G-Rain. Oh, that was my dog. So yeah, that's my free territory I was waiting. So let's get it. All right, and let's chop it. I cannot hope like eventually. Whoa, especially like when you are like so far in the game, you actually have a tool that you can more or less like just erase stuff. Also, like to erase these kind of stones or berries that people like because of the beauty of the game, they really want to get rid of them because they're not using it. A good example will be the berries I have here around the ships. So people would like to remove that actually, or just like put it away. Maybe I don't know. As you can see, the ships from the beginning were not starting to get like not so good for the production, so I have to create ship island, and this is going to be only for ships actually. I will try to like more or less mirror this into the other side, so kind of have some kind of beauty on the island. Oh, well, you have plenty of farm film actually. Another example will be these berries that they are like here in the middle. I really don't like that, but I have no way of. I mean, I can put a windmill on top of them, but I don't know how that works. All right. Let me quickly put a tweet that I went live. I was so rushing with the dog today because it was kind of raining here in Madrid, and I wanted to make sure that the dog were outside before the storm. All right. So this should be good. All right, let's get into it. Let's put destruction, like zoning areas away. Let's save the game because, like, remember this is an alpha. Let's create it stream 3 more or less. So we have some kind of like playthrough. All right. So as said, in order to accomplish this, this is still a previous like or a early access like alpha. You have plenty. I don't know if you know the game. Like this kind of like the monument builders. It allows you to create different like parts and join them together, more or less like doing this ugly church or this pretty church that like this both that I did with way more time. Not because my my people were in torch with torches like the man in a church. So yeah, this tool is really cool. I think it's one of the like funniest like principal features of the game, apart from the non grid and the organic. The city sprawls around its own with this kind of like painting tools that are here. You kind of select where you want them. So let's get into it. I have to think that I don't know how this works still because this was in the new update, the second big content. But in the monastery, they have like herb gardens and apiary. All right, and I wanted these resources, like production, to be as close as the town as possible because at some point someone has to come to the monastery and gather them and bring it to the people. So actually, we can sell it on these kind of luxury markets. We cannot click. So I was thinking of maybe creating like a big monastery around here and like the honey or apiary. So let's get into it. Let's speed a tiny bit up because let's open also the resource panel so I can keep track that nothing is missing. Alright, so I guess we have to start... oh my god, that's really expensive. Wait. I thought I had like more or less resources to accomplish this project, but I can see that they actually require... I mean, the dorms, they're also quite expensive. Well, at this point, the state inflow doesn't matter because we already have everything. Hopefully, there will be like tons and tons of unlockables. So yeah, how this works. Do I want it a brown, purple? I mean, I kind of like all these monasteries I did before. I kind of like put it like next to the river, like more or less like in... Like I spent my summers in Germany. Like most of the monasteries, that are really beautiful. But I feel like they will not be quite nice here. I tried to do this kind of pathing with the bridge. I don't know. I feel like because I cannot buy this territory, so it will be really weird to have the monastery only like in those like hexagons. So I was hoping of like creating like in this big three, but it's going to be like a huge project. So maybe we can create 2 or 3. I have such a big thing on mind that I don't know how to even start. Alright, let's see like we put the view from there. Because there's no point, because the map is ending on the other side. I think we are going to go for blue. As 2 of the churches we have already are in blue, so let's keep it. How are we going to do the cluster even? We even have like a tiny tower. Alright. Maybe do we have to even like mix the monastery, church and lawn manor? Because as you can see, I will show you really quick. For example, the church has the big tower, like round tower, sorry. That is kind of tower we're used, like, because we don't have any more options right now. So kind of as a watchtower, so you can actually like more or less like trick the game into creating like a spread of like watchtowers, which look really nice. But still, like there is no wall between them, so you actually need to go to the lore manor and have to build either this stone extension. So right now it's kind of tricky creating some kind of beautiful. I've seen like some huge and amazing construction in the Discord. For me it's kind of hard to create this because like my mind works as a, like more functional than beautiness. Even in these kind of games, you have to embrace the non-organic and the non-grid. People are also trying to get everything like more or less quadriculated, which I think is not the point of the game. I only put 1 piece and look at that. All right, let's go up with the glass because let's get 50. I think I have a warehouse with 50, so it should be good. All right, we're going to create. Oh, let's clear. Can I? No, let's click again. Alright. Well, I guess this is going to be the entrance. We're going to have some kind of wall or whatever here. I think we'll kind of put like a tiny bit of like building there, maybe for honey with bees, with the apiary. Alright. Extension A. I mean, all of this looks really beautiful, but oh, can I create it more or less like I like to create in the? Oh no, this has to be. Man, let me see. I'm hoping for a feature like in the like in the feature paths, like when you hover to the kind of structure, the kind of structure you want to click on it, you will have like a 3D preview of it. Otherwise, it gets really tedious to construct anything. Alright, so let's say like we are going to move this a tiny bit to the right and start producing the cluster here. More or less. Yeah, why not? No, it's going to be like 2. We are not going to... We have the technology, we have the resources. We can spare more. I think so. Alright. Yep. You have to be sticky. There you go. Alright. I think that's not the way we was planned. Let me see with oh man, this is a problem now. And the station 3 also like maybe. Let me see if I can get to the ground. Yeah. Oh, wow, that was really weird. Okay. Well, it doesn't look that bad anyway. Like they have a tiny, whoop, tiny entrance, and this keeps going up. I don't know if it's going to be like that clipped or they're going to be like feet on the ground whenever I finish it. Well, no matter. We will create another extension, which was the We need a preview. No. A. What's the extension? A. Nope. You are in the ground, no? You are in the ground. So let's go with the cluster center B. Yeah, because it keeps like on the ground, and I don't want to risk that being clipped. Even this doesn't look so good from the back. I mean, I can keep putting this off, like, it's just that it doesn't look like a cluster, actually. I think I will have to change this in order to keep them on the ground. Yeah, but I don't like them. And these clips on the bottom. I think I will have to, like, alternate them. Does this look good? It doesn't feel like it looks good. And I'm trying to, like, create some kind of thing so to avoid having the the town born for witchery or whatever, like in the building of the monastery. I think as we cannot create the cluster here because it's like starting to fly, as you can see. I have a huge problem here. Like it's just like flying, and at some point, even the the game start to acknowledge where the peas are. So this is kind of annoying, actually. I think that means that we are going to we have to put the cluster on the other side. Hopefully, when it's more or less like plain or like flat. So yeah, that means that we're going to have the herb garden here. Can I have some kind of like... Oh, where is this? Oh, there. That's some weird points. They only have 2 like that. That means that we have to create like another station to come in here. No, not you. Nope. Oh yeah, this. Alright. And the herb garden will be like... Hey! I have to wait for the delay. Yeah, thumbs up to Earth Vegans for joining the club. Thank you, man. Thank you for the follow. I hope you appreciate the stream, and if you have any suggestion, let me know. I really don't like the tower here in the middle. Looks kind of clip. Can I put the other way around? How this is going to work actually? What is this? What is the Amber garden? Only this tiny garden for like growing? I was hoping for a big one actually. But we can work with this because we can more or less create more extension from here. Let me see. There's some bushes also to play. We have like... Oh yeah, that's lovely. This is like there. So I can actually... Oh no, I misclick. No, this is the same. So we can create decorative bushes here. How much? They don't have any cost. And the apiary. Alright. I guess we want the tower on the back also, but I feel like we should go a tiny bit bigger here. How is the ABB? Alright. Maybe some dorms here. Can I create both here? That would be really cool. Oh yeah. Let me put it straight. This more or less looks nice. I mean, I don't... Are they... Yeah, like that looks better. It doesn't look that bad with the dorms in the back. So they can have this holy rest they need for growing this sweet honey and herbs. We say we are going to go for blue actually. It's really important that you don't forget that. Alright, this more or less... I have little money and this is going to be like cost a lot. Alright, how's my town doing? Oh, I'm missing the resources. Yeah, I'm working on that, but don't worry. This more or less is taking some kind of form, but I really want to go like stupidly big. I don't know if we have to like mix some monuments creation, like monument, church, and a lord manor, maybe all 3 together, some kind of like a huge big structure. We'll see. Let's keep going. Let's put a fireplace on the dorms. And another one, maybe. There's some kind of clipping here I really don't like. Actually, yeah, I'm going to move it a tiny bit more. Maybe, wait. Yeah, this looks way better. See, I can put in more LED. No, not so much. Just a tiny bit, so they are not clipping, and we can put some. Let's put a decorative bush here. Yay! Some crosses. The crosses look really nice on the top of the buildings, so they are like automatically clipped there. But if you want to put a graveyard, you can also put a lot of them on the ground, and it looks more or less quite nice actually. There's also like the option of creating, well, not these doors, because they are like that, but the doors for the church also work some kind of like in a graveyard, like the stone. More or less like a graveyard will be like this. And this kind of doors, I think there's one that is like smaller. You can also put it on the ground, and it's kind of a grave. It's really nice. You can see like so much like creativity going around the Discord. It's lovely to see all these people coming up with these great ideas. Let's see what I'm playing actually. I'm gonna more or less replicate the same here, because I really like it. And it looks quite nice actually. No. This was extension B or A? Yeah, A. And then an herb garden with the tower on top. I will turn around, see how it works. By this time, I will have, maybe I have, like, for sure, I have tons of people, like, doing nothing. Let's see. Yeah, I shall fix that. Actually, like, the town is going on its own, so it's not really, like, cripple me that all these people are unemployed doing nothing, because pretty much I have nothing to do. Like, I could also, like, have more resources, but there is really not a point. I mean, there's not a point because all of my people are serfs. They still have 2 levels to upgrade. And this is the other thing I want to do it today. So yeah, pretty much it. Like, let me see if I can get the monastery running. I think all of these people are going to get builders at some point because this monument is going to need tons of people. So yeah, that's more or less the plan. Can we have? I don't know how the herbs garden I never tried before, but I really kind of want a lot. I don't know actually how many people, like, or how many towns or peasants you can give to the monastery. This is weird. But if I put it to the right, maybe? No, this was weird. There's really no need. We need a tower. Actually, that looks better. That actually looks better than the weird thing I was trying to do. So I think it will stay like that. Oh, I have a fly here. Alright, what else can we do here? There's tons of, like, extensions or building parts. But we have to make sure that we have some doors, actually. Let's go with the basic one. Why is it not clipping there? Are the doors only meant to go for the AB? Well, we can put one there. Because that's more or less nice. I was hoping to have a door here, which would look really nice. Yes, but it's not clipping. And the thing if it doesn't clip is kind of a problem. Because maybe that will lead to some kind of stacking through the villagers or whatever, and that means that all the thing will get built except that tiny part and is never finished, so you are never actually able to edit. I think that's one of the problems or the things that I have in mind to fix. Oh wait, I really need to do this quickly. To send some troops, sorry. So I have a sweet money and some reward, like territory as reward, which will be really nice. Put it away. So it's way more neat. And let's keep going with the monastery actually. Alright. By now it looks quite nice. I think we can complement it with a church really next to it and some kind of like big manor. But I have so many building parts, but it's still like missing something. I had to build a cloister. I wanted to build here, but there is so weird clipping and starting to fly. So yeah, I was hoping maybe here's like flat in order to do it. Let's see if we can connect it. Yeah, this is the problem. Why is it like that? It's weird. As you can see, it's like clipping on the air. Alright, let's see where the cloister center be. Even if it looks so nice because it has this this door, I think we have to go for it. Or can we? Well, that looks more or less nice. And it's not clipping. I mean, it goes in the ground, have the same problem. So I think we should alternate them. Yeah. Opa. It's kind of a problem right now. It looks quite stupid. So we have to put a B first in order to like gather some altitude and then come back. Let me see. Oh yeah, the corner. This doesn't look that stupid, so let's keep going with the B so it gets some altitude again. It doesn't look nice though. I really wanted to do some kind of cluster, but it doesn't look that nice. I think we'll have to like skip it, because this kind of like up and downs are not really nice. They have the fireplace is here and the other one is here, so that's good. Yeah, I don't really like that. Let's put the cross on the top of the tower. It doesn't look nice. About a tiny bit more will be, yeah, more or less the size of the dormitories. Alright, that's cool. Can I have a door somewhere here? Nope. Not clipping. Alright. No, this is too much. Alright. Are they more or less the same height? Yeah, there it is. It doesn't look bad actually. Alright, what else? What else we should do? We have the herbs. Maybe we're going to put another herb garden. It doesn't look that bad here on the top of it. If I got the other way around. Yeah, the problem is like I wish like this would be like rotated, so we can actually have the other tower here. That's why it doesn't look that nice. And this is like a fixed height or altitude, so we cannot like actually modify it. It looks really weird. And we weren't able to imitate it on the other side because of the tower. It's not that bad though, too. I wish I would have the cloister here. That would be like some kind of like difference, but there's no way of that. Why this is so big? Alright. Let's see if we can get the honey then. This is not kind of clipping, so I think this is like on their own. So yeah, I'm going to put like tons of it. We're gonna make sure they have some space in case the constructor doing something weird. You wanna risk everything. I think 4 is enough by now. Let me see. Kind of feel like I should like start the construction and hopefully edit later, rather than just like keep adding things. Because I really don't know how this is going to be actually. There's some kind of problem with the terrain. As you can see, even the cross is getting weirdly misplaced, like the cluster. Let me save it, see if reloading the game makes anyhow different. Sometimes reloading the game fixes kind of tiny problems. I have to get the free territory from the quest from the soldiers, and we can continue building that. By now it looks really nice. It's just that the cluster is getting weirdly clipped and flying. So it's kind of a problem, yeah. Let me see. The cross is still, yeah, it's still on the air. So that means that it was not fixed. That means that we can put a cross here. That looks good. So it seems to be like some kind of problem, like terrain problem here. Alright, I will have to report that. I need to put the stream mark here. Okay. I think one is enough. I really don't know what to do with all this. We have the door there. Let's see if I can put some other doors here. They're not accepting it. Is this going to be stuck? Well, I don't I don't want to risk it. Remember, if you construct clip stuff, I mean you can place it. It will look nice, but at some point the builders can get stuck constructing it, and then it will never be constructed. I think I will have to put a forester also here in order to create like a line of trees, because right now it's like quite boring. I mean, we chop everything for the sake of like having better line of sight to construct. I think I'm going to get this on the side. Well, yeah, here it would be nice to have another tiny tower. Where was it? Right here. Nah, doesn't look good. Whoop. Alright, so... Can we create another herb garden then? Yeah, but it doesn't make sense because it's blocking the path. Now, I really like this structure, how the herb garden is created, but right now it doesn't allow me to rotate the tower, so... It's nothing to do. No, I don't like it. So now this is still tons of resources that we need. We need like double the polystone. So I think I want to start working on that. Let me see if I have some stone here. Let me close this for some temporarily. We have some stone. That means that we are going to create like tons of warehouses here that they are going to be. I mean, we can more or less like put the rest of it in order to storage honey and herbs that are going to be produced in the monastery. But beyond that, I don't think that there's any use in having this amount of people here. Well, maybe if I don't go so big, maybe we can have like a forest here. Well, that would be quite nice. So actually I don't have to delete all the lumber camps and stuff. The pathing looks great though with a keep here. I mean, this in the middle, it was my first keep I think I created. So, but we need to fix, because I think that all the polystone are full. Alright. That means that we have like 300 more and it will be producing. So I think this is not really necessary. Alright, let me see if I can put the door here in the top, in the face of it. Okay. Do I really like this on blue? What is so fine? Do it looks good though from the town? I was hoping of kind of like bigger, but maybe we can put a church next to it. Maybe combine it somehow. Maybe we can install the church here and do like another like building sprawling. Let's put another apiary for honey. Otherwise it looks like... Well, I'm going to put a line of trees here, hopefully with some paving, so that will be enough. I don't know if I will... Actually, it seems like with so many like apiaries, maybe I need like quite some dorms here. I only have 2 by now. Maybe I can move... I really like this. This I really don't like that much. So maybe I can... Let's put the fireplace away also. Maybe I can put some old dorms here. And make the cloister I wanted, but with dormitories. Yeah. That was the extension C, which actually I really like. you going to clip me? Or are you going to behave? As you can see, this is like flat, so this more or less look better. Alright, alright. Well, I like this. Now it's going to start the flying. You know what? I'm going to construct it anyway. Hopefully it will stay on the ground. Or we can report it. Anyway. But let me put the cluster B, which more or less stays on the ground. Even it doesn't look so nice because it has this tiny, like, it's not a cluster actually, which is more or less close. But at least doesn't give me this sensation of flying. Yeah, now it's better. Good there. I'm going to create the extension C here actually. You go, no. Oh, damn it. I think this has to open. It's gonna go up and down? Okay. There. Yeah, much better going up, trying to like hide this kind of clip in there. See if we can put them more or less the same height. Yep. Stay. I don't know why it doesn't give me the option to put it up anymore. Yeah, I think this looks more or less nice. It's not really on the window, so that's good. Alright, so that means this goes off, because we already created more or less what I wanted. Maybe we can hide this kind of... I really don't like the door here, so maybe we can put something. What can we put? Maybe can we put an herb garden? Means there will be like... there more or less. I'm not really risking it myself, because I don't know if it's going to be constructed. Hopefully. You know what? I will have it for later. So I make sure that the whole thing is constructed and not being backed by a tiny thing. Alright, looking good. Like you can see, the material keeps going up. And it's kind of a mess. I'm going to create another warehouse. I really not... by now I should have tons of man force like doing nothing. And I don't have the money also. Seems. Alright, let me review quickly the workplace, because I have tons of people like they're doing nothing. I rather have them doing stuff. How many people do I have like an employee right now? Yeah, so many. Alright, I will just randomly put them to do stuff. Oh, and it's crashed. Alright. Well, remember this is an early version, so this is supposed to happen. We're launching the game again. Yeah, I guess they will go for the autosave. Hopefully it's not really long ago. Yeah, so it was the extension C, and then we put the cluster, and we also fixed it. I don't know why it doesn't let me put the thing up again. Alright. No, I want you to go. Damn. I have to right-click again? No, it doesn't. Like normally when you... When you click on stuff, like they should be able to put you like how high you want that, like this. But it's not putting it on me. It's not helping me the tooltip, so it's kind of annoying actually. Oh, there you go. There. No. Maybe it's the cross here. I will put the cross away. Oof. I'm going to save it actually. No, 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 no. Going to save because that was really annoying and I won't keep doing that. Alright, so we got the core of it, more or less. It was going to be removed, and let's do the cloister again, because it was quite nice actually. Going to be really big. Click on the corner, I think. Alright. Seems that it's away from something, so I'm going to put an AB here so I can keep doing the stuff. Because since it was like clipping, like not clipping, but not letting me, like it was like wherever you. Oh, let me mute this. Otherwise, the WhatsApp keeps ringing. All right. So we said that we're going to create the cluster there. I think it was bigger. Yes. No. No, it was like that. Well, maybe we can actually like pretty big. Let me see. Depending, like, is it going to fly here on the ground or is it going to stay? Since it's staying right now, like not going much on the air, I like that. I really appreciate that. So it seems it was like some kind of bug relating like not having a core or something next to it. Let me put like some of them. Alright, we are going to like create the corner now. And this is the huge test because this is already on the air. Are you going to stay on the ground? No. We are going to be flying. What the? So we'll need to put the cloister B. It doesn't look nice. Hopefully here one less. It's already flying there. Yeah. So we cannot put it so big, otherwise the flying is too much. It's too annoying. You know, I'm going to construct it anyway. Hopefully it will stick to the ground. Can always edit later. Let's fly a monastery. Alright. Alright, so this goes off and we're going to create this tension C here. Hopefully two of them will look nice and yeah, alright. Even the... Right, how to fix that? We have to put something on top of it to, like, I mean, it will be hard to like hide it from both sides, but at least we can try. The funny thing is, it will be really nice if you can create both to like do some kind of wall from the outside at least. I don't know if this will be like stuck. Let me put in yeah, they're on the same height. Maybe an AV here. Yeah, but I think that doesn't. Poof, poof, poof. This is. I don't know if it's going to be constructed. I mean, it's more like Swiss, and this almost like resemble of a door. This is going to be really bad. Will this work? No, I think this is just two in the middle. No. But I can do this. There's no need to finish the cloister, like having it like weirdly back. Why can I have a door on my tower? There's the reason behind this. Alright. Well, okay. 2,000 polished stones, 1,000 planks, 500 tools. Well, I mean the tools is because they are like full, because yeah, they are on the... In each black means I have 100. So it shouldn't be a problem. Let me save. I really like how it ends. So let me save it and keep it. Hola Rompel, bienvenido. ¿Qué tal la tarde? Haciendo un monasterio por aquí. Mira qué grande tengo la ciudad ya, tío. Huge city. 500 people. Welcome. Join us to the building of the huge monastery. It's not that you lost much, it's that doing the girlfriend was sick before the troubles. I really wanted to keep playing, but I was not able to put the stream because this game, I know the music is beautiful, but if no one is talking, then it kind of is boring. So I did some playing on my own. Guilty. So we're getting the monastery to produce some herbs and some honey, because these fuckers, sorry, these lovely peasants, want luxury items: the honey, the wine, and the herbs. So we will see. Let's see if we can give it to them. Right now it looks really nice. I don't know, I never saw the purple before, so I don't know how it looks. But I'm going to stick with blue because I have like other two constructions in blue. Is this enough? Do you think it's enough? Do you want a big tower, Rumpa? Oh, I can put a big tower here actually. It won't look really bad. Yeah. Go up. Go up. Up, up. There you go. Much better. Yeah, why not? How was your day? Yay, across. Let me do a tiny cemetery on the back. Yeah, next to the dormitories. That will be lovely. Tiny cemetery here. That's lovely. You went to the gym. I couldn't. I was sleeping. I'm going to like end the stream at 8 because I'm meeting some of the friends. That one of them came to Madrid because there was some kind of like fair for Windows in IFEMA, like the fair like building. I don't know. And he's done, so we're going to meet him. I think I will love to have a. But it doesn't look good. Damn it. Alright, so no window there, no door there. Yeah. I think I'm going to hit the construction button. Tons of materials needed. More or less like I have been playing enough, so shouldn't be a problem. But I think that it's a nice base, and then maybe we can edit in the future. Yeah, why not? Maybe I have to put like way more dorms actually. Actually, I will do that before I have to edit it. Wow. Nope. Oh well, that's a problem. God. Alright. Can I... Three dormitories? Let's put some chimneys. Let's put the dorms on the... Yeah. They're on the same height. That's good. Alright. I think we are ready to go. We are going to create a church and a lower manor next to it, and will be like a huge, like, complex. More or less. I think it was a nice saving there with the cloister. I really like it. Hopefully this doesn't get back. Let me see. It was way better actually. Well, let me see. Wait, no. No. Does this look nice? No. Nope. Maybe an extension soon. Nope. Damn it! Stupid perfection. How can I fix that? Oh, a tower looks nice also here. So many towers. So many towers! Dormitory. Dormitory fixed nicely. Can you go down? No. Then it's going to be like the corner. What? I'm going to put the tower over. Can I have a door here also? No, it's not clipping it. Alright. Okay, let's get that door here on the side. Okay, I think we are good to go. Let me save it in case something is weird, something's happened. Let me put the monastery, and it's done. After an hour or something, it's done. Make sure it's blue. Bang! Look at that, it's huge. Let me get there because I have tons of lazy people here. They are going to be builders. Look at that. So many unemployed. All right, go get them. Whoa. Oh my God. There are all these lazy people doing around, like taking advantage of me. Look at that. More people to the construction. More meat. Yeah, I think I overdid myself. Look at them go. Well, this is no point in having it because they're all the builders. Alright. What else shall we do here? Like, we're getting the monastery on the way. We also aim to having a church next to it. Look at them go. Oh wow, that was quick. That was really quick. Alright. 2,000 stone needed, so at some point, let me get all the people here, because we are going to need this. I don't know why they have this. Oh yeah, we have 2 sawmills here, but we don't have any planks. Yeah, let's put like 2 people here on this warehouse, because they're going to be like moving tons of materials right now. No, you have 2 already, and you have 2. Alright. Let's move the lumber camps a tiny bit, so they keep the chopping. And we want to create a forester here also. So I think it's going to be here. Let me see. Yeah. And now we have to do some kind of magic with reforestation. Let me see. We have the cloister here, so we want our trees. Well, these are the crosses. So we're going to have some trees here and there, more or less. Okay. No, it's in the middle of the path. Well, it shouldn't be able. Shouldn't be a path there anyway. Alright. We also need a line of trees like going to the monastery. But I don't know if this forester will actually do it, because I don't know if it's in the same hexagon. So we'll see. Now it's too close to the path. Alright. I don't know if actually like plants a tree that tiny. Let me put that tiny bit bigger so I make sure that plant. But I wouldn't do that because I don't know which path will be, so yeah, I think that should be enough. Alright, how's my city doing, by the way? So many lazy people around. Is anything going down? Any resources we have to take care of? We had really down some plan. We have tons of. Actually, we have tons of everything. Steph polish stone. Then now we are going. Actually, we need a lot of it. How much? How much? How many left? Like a lot. Right. So let's create a tons of it. We're going to create another stone cutter camp here. Actually, this is going to move. Stone cutter. We're going to create a warehouse next here. And there. And stone mason, another one there. Okay. Let me put some priority on these buildings because I want them to be done as soon as possible. Alright. We also like not doing so good on planks. Let me see if I can reestablish the production here. Let me save monastery 2. Make sure that everything goes well. Whoa, not that something crash. Let's review the workplace. Let's see if there is any kind of lumber camp that I can put. I think I have everything done. We don't need any more gathering huts, I think. It was some 1400, not so far ago, so it seems they're going down. Alright. Where is this stone? Where is this stone hut anyway? Oh, it was. Oh, I didn't have one there. Oh, damn it. Should have been working. Yeah, I'm going to put everything on their warehouses. I normally think that one is enough in order to build and to move all the resources around, but I'm pretty sure that once this town is so big, you actually need 2 people in each warehouses. Let me have a look. Let me see, for example, more. All of these are full. Yeah, so this pretty much having 2 people here will be even necessary. This is some kind of micro that you should have in mind. But at this point of the game, I have so much manpower that it's not really any point for me. We still see that I have like tons of areas for the people to live. We already have all the markets like constructed already. It's going to be like for polished stone. Only polish. Where? What? Oh yeah, there were 2. Yes. Okay. Cool. Cool. I think we're going to like need to make some planks. Alright, 2 people there, and the stone mason. We have tons of woods in the warehouse and stuff. It's just that they are not really close to the sawmill, so we're going to create another one. Okay, that will suffice more or less. Let me put it here. Actually, let me move the lumber camps. I also want this to be chopped. Anyway. Yeah, the soundtrack of the game is really nice. It's actually really nice. I even said it on a tweet, like, it's nice to... Everything related to the sound, not only the music, is very well done, because, I mean, if you have the screen on the town, you hear the buzzing, you hear the people busy, but it's not really annoying. I don't know how they did that, or at least to me. Maybe I like this game too much. I like tiny ants sprawling all the time. Look at all the gypsies there. The people call it like that. The people gathering the berries. I think I'm gonna make them forced to come here at some point. You know, you can do that by putting a wall here so that blocks the path. And because I did this, and it looks beautiful, so the people can go through the woods, but they don't do. They are scared of the woods. How is this going? Please tell me that there's nothing clipped, nothing stuck. Alright, so the lumber camps are done? No, right? Yeah. To like put priority here. We're gonna put way more builders anyway, because at some point after they create the monastery, either we move to the church, or we are going to authorize them to upgrade the houses. This is going to be also like stupidly, because right now I have like 376 people that for sure they want to upgrade the house, and the 70 commoneers I'm not so sure, but we'll see. Alright, so the lumber camps are done. I can delete this, and well, I have 30 here. Alright, how many I have here? If you delete the building without extracting the resources that it has, then you lose them. Okay, and this one has 98. Okay, so this stays. Let's put them away. Make sure that they are on the new lumber camps. Because you only have 4, can go out. So there's one missing with 48. They already pick 50. Well, luckily they keep improving. Like in the Discord, we were begging for this kind of feature. Where this is the workplace list. This is more or less all the workplace that you have on your town, and it's pretty easy to manage from here. This won't be necessary if they will be for the future that when they are not so happy, they actually leave town. And the thing is that when they left town, they didn't tell you which kind of job they left behind, so it was kind of a problem. Like in order to check, for example, like 4 people left and you keep like playing, and these 4 people were crucial for the cloth production, and then you don't have any clothes, and then you struggle, and the people goes more unhappy and kind of cripples your economy. I'm gonna do some micro here because I don't need these people on the warehouse because they are all the time full. Look, Rupert, you're going to stay. Yeah, 200, 200, 200. You may stay. And they're going to be for the stonemason. Alright. This is the kind of micro you expect from this kind of game. Warehouse only have like 200, more or less, like max capacity. So when they are at 200, that seems there is no point of having 2 people looking at them. Look at them all drinking. Or they are stuck. Oh, no, they are drinking. Look at them go. Looking to fill my needs, looking for work. There's nothing to do. See, this is the kind of example. This is a worker, like a transporter, but there's nothing to transport because the warehouse is full. Let me see how this is doing. It's looking pretty nice. You can see that the cross are already built because this is holy. Why is this cross here anyway? I don't think the building was that big. Or is it? Was it? Well, that was the tower, right? Yeah, that's the tower. Yeah, that can be. Ooh, tiny path that goes nowhere. This is the trader that you unlock it from like different resources. You can unlock 3 trading routes, and he's going home. Bye, trader. I really need money. Money, money, money. Let me check some warehouse again. Because these ones are for not. These are tools, so this should be more or less full. Yeah. Out. You can stay. You stay. Any more warehouse here? Yeah. Get some people to work. They're doing nothing, lazy asses. Alright. Yeah, you also go. Alright. And what shall we do with these new people? We have planks more or less. They're not so bad. Let me see the resource panel. Tons of bread, tons of berry, tons of wool. Actually, I think the production is stopped because it's way too much. There's no way to stock this. But we need the polished stone to continue with the monastery. Alright. I still don't know because they're missing some stuff. This should be the priest of the different churches. The building parts are some points that they are still not set. Forester camp. Oh yeah. I need the trees to keep going. Yeah, even I put some people away for working, but I don't have any point of actually. I mean, I will once this is constructed, I will need some free people in order to like give it to the monastery so they produce the honey and the herbs. That funny said, I think I created the monastery for the herbs and the honey, but eventually I didn't like how the building for the herbs is, and I think I didn't even build one. So maybe I have to edit the whole monastery once it's constructed. Well, that sucks. let me see where Forester is going. I put this guy here, or this female. Let's follow her. Female 1886. Because the point of, like, I chop everything. This used to be like a huge forest, as you can see more or less here. But I really want to have some trees now that the construction is on the way. So this is pretty much what I do. You put a forester and then you more or less create some points and eventually it will grow some trees. I think I will have to put another forester here because at the moment there's some kind of bug that the forester only works on the hexagon is set extracted. So you can see she's already planting the beautiful trees surrounding the monastery. Whee! You are preparing for work? You were working just before. Where are you going? What? What? Lady. Just did the whole turnaround? Wow. Alright. Yeah, you found your place to work. And now she's going back. Oh, that reminds me. We have to put a well in the monastery. So it looks beautiful. I will put it here. I'll remove that. Alright. That's a bit. Hey Ash, it's nice to see that you passed by. How's the Discord going? It's all the time buzzing. Like I think you guys are doing such a nice job there, and so many people are doing and posting new stuff. Even like I play this game a lot, it's hard to track sometimes. So really thumbs up for the team, for all the work you are doing. The monastery is doing great. If you were come like 20-30 minutes ago, it seems that yeah, I just told you that the Discord is full of people posting the bugs, and I'm just telling you one. It seems that the cloister was clipping and being on the air. I will show you later. I will put it on the Discord. Yeah. I'm also showing the game to a friend. He's really impressed with the music, by the way. I already told you that you win. Well, the team behind it won an award. But yeah, construction is going good. Thank you for passing by. Like pretty much like everything related that I had on my warehouse are going to be involved in this construction. This is 2000 something, by the way. So yeah, at the moment I'm just looking forward to finish the monastery and see how this works, because I have seen that you have to like willingly give peasants to the monastery, which is some kind of like devil entity or something. Maybe there will be some weird phrasing. But yeah, let's see how this works. I put like enough dormitories. I have seen in the Discord there was some kind of problem with that. And we'll see. Let's see if they can produce sweet honey and herbs for me to sell to the little helpers. I started in this area. Let me show you, like this one, and I have to rush for the planks, as you well know, because of building the bridge in order to get the immigration waves coming. But the new tutorial it was quite hard to follow when you only have 8 people, and you have to do so many stuff with unlocking the trade route. It was quite hard in the beginning, but hopefully I'm well versed in the game by now. Have tiny some time here. So yeah, and also if you actually need any kind of safe game from this game, like with tons of people, I don't know, because I've seen that recently there were people complaining about graphic and CPU stuff. So if you guys really need this safe game, because in order to have some kind of benchmarking or something, please let me know. I will post it on Discord. So many people waiting to upgrade their houses. It's gonna be crazy. But all my builders, of course, they are in the monastery, so I cannot allow myself to do that at the moment. Oh yeah, like in the first content update, you remember that like it was quite easy to get to the end game. But I'm pretty much hoping to fill the whole map. So yeah, I will let you know when it's finished. Yeah, sure thing. Happy to help. Actually, the soldier quest is really easy because they only ask for 5 at this point, and it gives you a free territory, so it shouldn't be a problem. I think I have one. Yeah, I already have one here. Yeah, let's get this one. Why not? Yay! One thing I don't fully understand about the hunter lodge is that it sell as food, but it also produces leather, and I don't really know what to do with leather. Looking great, the monastery right now. Yeah, the construction is being crippled because of the polished stone that are like being produced one by one. Even I have the production zone here. Well, let me put the chat now that we are chatting, so I have it here. Wee. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, I can see. Like, what I like more about this game is that it has such a potential. I have played SimCity, I have played Skyline, I have played Banish. Like all these games that are more single player medieval, they're good, but like you guys with the non-grid and the organic kind of like nail it. Because what main reason for all this game is that it was like to organize it. Like medieval cities were chaotic. We all know that. I mean, they have some kind of like organization, of course, but pretty much people were there doing the stuff. So it's quite nice to see it develop like that. No, it's true. Like what you're saying is really true. Like I play a lot of single games, and at some point you get bored because either the game is not so thrilling anymore. But yeah, the monument system is amazing, and if you guys could like just apply this to the amazing ideas that is on the Discord, like a warehouse kind of like facility or a fisherman facility, will be like amazingly. Hey, Demon Crazy, thank you for passing by. Yes, please let me know any kind of inquiries or questions you have. I will be happy and gladly answering them. We have an audience for the king. Let me answer and sell them. You see that the war keeps coming here. Like I already sent like so many soldiers. Hopefully they all came back yet. There've been no casualties. So let me click it. So Demon Crazy, as you can see, this is the alpha of the version of the game. It's the 0.4, and as you can see, I have like 32 hours in this game more or less. I don't know how this if it's good or it counts. I think so, right? And yeah, this is pretty much what you can do. This is the fluvial map. You also have like coastal, mountains, and hills map. There's some agreement on the Discord. Hopefully, we'll be able to incorporate. Yeah. Yes, true. I saw that you are ready. I'm a huge fan of mods, but I was not a creator, a mod. Tweaking myself. I love to use them, but I cannot find myself. I know some kind of language programming for website, but I never sit myself and try to learn this. Maybe Maybe I take the chance with foundation mobs. Hey Ash, now that you're here, what do you think? I have seen some lovely creation on the Discord, and that's true. They're like amazing, and they're way beyond my capacity of creativity. That's true because I like to keep it the things like functional rather than that beautiful. But what do you think about the people that are trying to get like, oh, even the ships on the like between the walls? Like, I think that uh, people are so used to the, like I said, like this kind of like grid and quadriculate games that they are trying to implement it. And I think that Foundation as a game is fighting back because it doesn't allow that easy. It just takes a lot of work in order, for example, to even like more or less shape where you want your fields. So for me, it's just like whatever you want, just spread it. Like, hopefully, I will have enough wheat farms, so they will be all around the monastery. This lumber comes here in the middle. Well, do I need? I really don't need it. Well, let's keep it until we finish. So the main problem with the construction into the monastery is that the policy stone is being is crippling the production. You even have so many people. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people trying to choose exactly where the housing should go. Yeah, that's true. I've seen like people. I mean, I have to say, it looks great. It looks great because you can actually place, you can create a market, you can create a fountain. But like I spent my summers in Germany, and there's like one of the most beautiful cities or medieval cities that is still like Nuremberg and Regensburg, and they are like amazingly, and they're just narrow. They are like narrow paths. The I don't know, even the city center is just like medieval, like it should be. But yeah, most people try to get like the housing like that. Well, it's good that at least Foundation like also like allows this kind of gameplay if they want. It's not like forcing them to actually be non-gridless. I think you really hit it with the size of the map. Because if the map will be, I don't know if you played Sin City, it was a huge fail. I'm a huge fan, and it was a huge fail. But the map was so tiny. Demon Quest is impossible to have a baby for your population. Right now, it's not implemented. The only thing to grow your city will be by immigration, as you can see here. This is the total population and the amount of like different citizens you have, and this is the immigration. Immigration, depending of your happiness, or at least it should be, it comes. And right now it comes like 2 people at the same time, and you can actually manage that man force or man will for your town, depending of your needs. Oh, you can see here we have a a really figure for the game. Children are planned, but we still have to work on the mechanics. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the. I don't know if you were listening, Demon, but this is the thing that we were talking about. Like, sitting this kind of game in medieval allows so much possibilities about this. Of course, I hope that they will do the work and have the children implemented. But also, you can have like an immigration waves. It can only be because of two. Can be immigration do war. That has, I don't know, could be like also refugees like running from I don't know, like nearby territory getting pillaged. There were also, for example, plague that can also implement, and you have to choose if you allow these people with possibly like the black plague entering your city. Like, this is like zero point 0.4. Like, there's so many ideas, so many things, but the game is actually built that it can be implemented. And by now, even if it's like that early, the mods are already on their way. So yeah, it's just so many things that we can do. Yeah, and also as Ash said before, the mods will really help that. Pretty sure people like Civilization 6, for example, or 5, they will like do amazing job and create like lovely mods for this game. Indeed, Demon. That's why, like, I never find or I never thought of myself like spending 32 hours in a 0.4 version of an alpha game, because like right now I'm in the end game, alright, and I'm just building the last, which is the monastery. But I really want to fill the map. I really want it. I really want to create like more towns, little towns. I really want to like get this island full of ships. Maybe like create some fortress. Oh, don't you worry, we understand you. I'm Spanish, by the way. I speak little French. I studied 5 years in academy. I have A1, but please don't test me. Not in public. No matter how much French you learn, you're never able to. I have friends for Normandy, and no matter what I said, it's bad. It's bad pronunciation. People from Normandy, they are lovely, but they're quite stubborn with the pronunciation. I hope you're not from Normandy. That would be. So I started here in this middle, more or less island, or I don't know how we can call it in English, and I explored myself all this. As you can see, in order to like spread your town or grow, you have the paint development zones. This is how the game works actually. You don't have to like create the houses. You just like paint where when you want your houses to be. Right click erase and left click just paint the zones. And your citizens, well, actually the builders, will be on their own and build the houses wherever is necessary. In this case, every 2 people. Well, I find interesting that when we have to break the compatibility, nobody minds starting a new game. Yeah, actually it is. It's really fun starting over, especially because you have like different places to start. I choose the hard start in the middle of the island, having to cross a bridge in order to get the immigration, which is really fun, by the way, because there were like actually like 20 or 22 people coming all together. At the point I was able to unlock the bridge. At the moment, the only AI, which is impressive actually, is the implemented on the citizens, how they move around the city and how they look for and feel their needs. There is trade right now. There is all trade. There is at the moment 3 trade routes that you unlock as you progress through the game. And of course, like depending on the allegiance, that means that, for example, foundation is best that you have your settlement, and then you can unlock 3 different I would say, well, like allegiance or different type of buildings. You have the labor, which as you can see is like Fisher, Lord Manor, which increases treasury, the bailiff office to reduce robberies, the treasury to get them, whatever. Then you have the kingdom, which means like selling soldiers to the king to help your king, because as you see, medieval is like a feudal. It has some kind of relationship. And also the clergy, really important part of the medieval, and you can unlock it. Many things. So I think at some point this kind of allegiance will benefit or harm in some way how you trade actually. Maybe. But Ash can answer that question better than me. I don't think that there will be like some kind of. I mean, they put soldiers already, which is more to defending the city and selling on war campaign for your king. But I don't think that you will have to compete on the map with another town. I don't think that they will also be established for multiplayer. I think it will be really complicated, and that will kind of throw up the pace of the game, because the game is really to sit and play. Not that you have to actually rush it. I think that there are plenty of games that you can do that, compete for a map, or like all the strategic games. So I don't know. I cannot speak for everyone, but yeah, I think it's nice that you have your own map. This is the terrain you have, and you can do whatever you want. I mean, I choose the fluvial because it's the hardest to start. I wanted to test the new tutorial. which I already discussed with Ash about how it is in this kind of like hard starters, because that means that you have to rush for the bridge, and that can cripple your economy in the beginning if you just new for the game. But apart from that, the fluvial map is quite plain, not really much to offer. But the hills and the mountains map, they are amazing. They have like huge mountain. You can put like huge watchtower, huge churches. Like the wooden keeps looks amazingly on the top of the cliff. It's really nice. Yes, as you can see from time to time, there is some, as the allegiance goes, they ask you for quests or demands as you unlock and progress. So yeah. The only thing, Ash, I have to tell you is that even that late in the game, they still ask me for 5 bread, and I have more than 5 bread. But that's a tiny thing. That's a number. Maybe some kind of percentage about the resources that you have. Yeah. I kind of hoping of creating a monastery quickly, but I don't know if this is a stack, which can be, or it's just that the polish stone production is like slow. Let me follow them, see if they're stuck. At some point they're building. It's just that everything is good. Yes, I'm pretty sure that you already have it in mind. You have such a cool roadmap, actually. I go from time to time, also when I have to do the translation to Spanish, and it's really nice. I think that you guys will be able to do it. And really, like, if you have to, I mean, I already saw that you delayed from November to January, but I think that uh, like I have 32 hours, like almost 33 hours in the game. I think there is enough content at the moment in order to like make it good. But I don't know why the pool is opening from time to time. I think you are doing great steps. You don't have to rush in like put some content. Of course, like it hypes the community with the Hunter Lodge and stuff. But it's lovely. I don't know why this keeps. I wanna close this. If I can close the pool. All right. Like long time ago, I did an event, and there was the pool of which kind of like game I wanted to, the people wanted to see. This we have to delay the yeah early access, but make sure Bagger didn't lose out. Plus, we still have the alpha available. Um, yes, I of course I don't know anything about the behind the production of the company. It's true that this will be a smoother transition. I have to admit that by the time I have been spending in the community, the people that play the game or actually like have it, they're like quite reasonable. Like, they know what this is. They know that this is a slow-paced game. So, and actually, they are really happy with everything you accomplished so far. And I can also speak for myself for that. Of course, there is some stupid things that you have to reload the game, or like I don't know, like some clipping with the construction. But it's not that the tool that you create is bad from the beginning, as you can see in other kind of games that you say, like, for example, Civilization 6, I don't know if you played, the interface, the UE, is horrible. The first mod that I actually created was the CQE, which was a huge revamp of it. So I think that even you have some errors or crashes or whatever, the whole thing is well, pun intended, founded or well based. So I think that you can guys go up from there. It shouldn't be any problem actually. Yes, I'm trying to help as much as possible. I appreciate you passing by. I was hoping to get the monastery done by now. It really took me like almost an hour to construct it and making everything pretty because, uh, as for myself, I I still had the mindset on this kind of organizing and everything like done and has to be like perfectly functional. So this kind of monuments tool is quite overwhelming for me in the beginning, but I'm getting used to it. Well, the UE is not so bad actually from here. You have tons of space on the top bar. I don't know if you want to implement more things or just want to spread the resources, but the game doesn't really need so much. If you know your job and don't do like other games like State of Decay 1 or 2, will be perfect. What's that? Let me search quickly. State of Decay is an action, adventure, survival, or still video game. No, you lost me at horror. You lost me at horror. I don't like horror games. I can watch horror movies, but sitting myself is no. I don't know. I don't know if you guys played Fear, the first one. It was released when I was like, I don't know, I was 18, 16, I don't know. And I only played the game and that's it. Like, no. I have huge scares with that game. I even once kicked my dog. Poor doggy. Because I didn't know the door was open. And he was really unlucky because he came next to my leg. I didn't play, so actually I cannot talk about the. But if you have seen it, yeah. I think bugs in this kind of early access, or now that I started to get more presence or getting more backing or helping in Kickstarters, bugs are like they are like obviously in the game. As long as they are not game breaking, as they are used to tell, it shouldn't be much of a problem actually. You know that it's going to get fixed at some point. For example, us and I, we already talked in the Discord, and it was really stupid because it was something that the trader that we were getting the tools, and I overdid myself constructing stuff, so I find myself in a problem where I couldn't buy tools, and I was not able to finish the chain of production tools, and I have to see this is the 5 bread that they ask, so yeah. But they quickly fixed that. So right now there is, of course, there will be some crashes, but hey, you launched the game again. Like, it's not really, I don't know. Version from good developers, CD Projekt for me, and others like them. Yeah, CD Projekt is a news company. I visited them when I was in Varsovia. How is it called in English? Warsaw. Warsaw. I was so unlucky. I was visiting with my girlfriend Warsaw, and it was the day that they launched Witcher 3. It was amazing to. They had so many stuff prepared there next to the signs and the I don't know how it's called the Palace of Science. It's really beautiful. Yeah. I'm plot 2. It's just that she was talking and stuff. I mean, at this point, I really don't know to be taking care of things, and I think I have so many people like lazy asses. Yeah, look at that. But right now, yes, as also told before, also for this kind of save game, if you want to balance the kind of production or like change production, because I have like 500. It's true that they are like serf, which means, and I hope that it will be like they demand less resources. Hopefully, we will get in the monastery. It's not an employment issue. It's just that this town is so rich that people can think. Now maybe you should add a job as philosophers. If they are like more than a month sitting on the ass in the village center, maybe you can put a philosopher. Right now, for me, there is no need to upgrade it. Of course, I will do it. I can also put them all builders, and yeah, let's do that. I will put all builders and authorize the house in a drip, and there will be a spam of pings, of pinging. Let's get them. Now that you are here, The Witcher, one of my favorite games. Stop talking other games. Actually, we are just like I'm a huge defender of Foundation. I have talked to it for many of my friends, and the fact that I am streaming it also like represents how much I like the game. We can talk about other games, especially when they are like such a nice jewel crowns like Witcher. But I already played, and so I won't be able to do any kind of playthrough. Oh yeah, thank you for passing by. I just wanted to tell you one last thing, and it's like whenever you sort the stuff out, it's better to have the unemployed on the bottom, because all the people, every time you want to see if they are employed, you have to scroll down, which if you have 500 people, is quite of scrolling. So maybe you should put the unemployed on the top, which will be like easy side spotting. Thank you for passing by. I hope you have a nice day, afternoon. I don't know what time is there. Here is almost 8 p.m. So yeah, we'll see you again on the Discord. Have a nice day. Alright, let's save the game because maybe it's going to have some crashes. Because I'm going to authorize the house in upgrade. Are you guys ready for the spam? There were so many people wanting to upgrade the houses. There you go. This was the other challenge. I started the stream trying to get the monastery, which you can see here in the background. That is almost like on its way. We have all the materials except some polished stone. And yeah, that's the spamming. As I was going to this playthrough, I at some point stopped it, allowing them to upgrade the houses, and then I realized I have like 500 people wanting to upgrade the houses. So I thought that I would leave this for the stream because it's funny to see. It's going to be like really overcrowded at the moment. All the notifications. Yay! I just that I was like offline, and I realized that I had like unauthorized it for like I don't know like years, and I click it, and then the spam happening. I say like no, I need to I need to let it go for the stream. Yeah, I will let you know. Don't worry. Everything that happens in the stream, you know that after I end it, I always post a text on the Discord. There shouldn't be any problem, even I have like so many builders. Yeah, that's quite some builders. Shouldn't be a problem. Because of course, the people wanted to get the houses upgrade, but if you don't have enough builders, they will get tired of waiting, and then the happiness will drop down, and that also can cripple the economy and your town because they will start leaving the town. So as you can see that there was already 50 going on. We have two big like little towns or hubs, whatever you call them. And we also need to work on the church because there's 30 people lacking of faith. Quite a problem in these dark times. As you can see, for the people that from Demon Quasi, there is like at the moment there is like 3 upgrades of the houses. You have the basic house, which is like simple. Then the second level, it has like a tiny storage, maybe for wood for the winter and some other thing on the back. And the level 3 is the beautiful one with the stone. Of course, each level of upgrades requires different materials, like plants, stone. There you go, more people. Whee! As you can see, 671 builders are already lacking, and it's crippling my happiness because they want to get their houses upgraded, but I don't have plain enough builders for all of them. Two more people. The upgrade does, of course, as they level up in the status level, they will require different resources. For example, this is another way of. I don't know if you have been following us with the monument tool. The monument tool is also applied to the market. I will show you real quick. So the market has right now 3 different types of market. You have the food. I cannot click. Which the food is the red and white. In the food you can sell berries, bread, fish, and deer. All right, and that's the basic one. No, the houses they are all only 1 or 2. As you can see, this house level 3 has 2 people. There will be only 2 people living in the houses. Hopefully, because what Ash told before that they want to implement some kind of children. So the way to go will be like the people in the house will be like a couple and they stick together with different phases of their life or status. They have been like tax collected for 4 years. We'll see about that. I have like 3 or 4 tax collectors, but I think you have to get another miner. Okay, so back to the point. As they grow up in status, they require different things. For example, the basic one will require berries, food. The utility will be like, hopefully they pay more taxes, and also they demand more resources. Let's say, for example, if the serf, which is the basic one, needs 2 breads a week, and they buy the bread from you at, I don't know, like let's say 40 gold. If you have another like higher level status, maybe instead of 2 breads, they need 4. And if you have level 3, maybe they need 6. So that would mean that your income, which is the way of earning money in this game, is by selling the goods you created or you produce to your own people. So the level 2, for example, requires that you construct churches and you develop the sheep to have some clothes. And the level 3, which is why I'm building the monastery, produce herbs and honey and wine. And that means that you actually have to produce this on the monastery and then transport them all the way to the luxury markets, which is the yellow one, and then you can sell them. Let me click on the... Wait, let me pause it for a second. No, this is serf. Citizen. As you can see, the citizen needs like the basic stuff, which is like house. More wine for the monk. Yeah, I think that they will have any kind of option. They will just close the doors. Just have the magical herbs for them. As you can see, the citizen level demands also the faith, the woods of cloth, and luxury. If I click on a serf, you can see that the clothes and the luxury has disappeared. And if I click on the commoner, which is like the middle one, as you can see here, serf, commoner, citizens, these people doesn't demand luxuries. So, woodcutter couldn't fire. Oh, yeah, true. I think I chopped everything down. Wow, look at this. You know what? I'm going to make them come and chop this for the ships. My lord, we need to choose who do we want to help. This is the kind of quest that will like establish a relationship between the people. You can keep it all, meaning that you don't have the resources, or you can accept the quest. I will have my people. Yes, I do reforestation. As you can see, I have it like, well, this is hunting ground, sorry, and I have some reforestation. But my plan was to do like a huge monastery, which I did here, and it's going to be complemented by a church and maybe a lord manor. My point is like this will be the hill where all the will be an amazing huge complex. So I really want everything to chop down, and then you can actually, as I did here, you have a forester camp, and with the tool you can, instead of like creating a huge forest, you can slow down and click it on some points, for example in the middle of the monastery, so that will like plant some trees, and that way you can create some kind of like pretty stuff in the monastery. The Hill of the Lord, yeah, like pretty much, like as I told you before, in mountains and coastal map, there's like huge mountains, beautiful stuff. You can do stone bridges through two big mountains, and it looks amazing. But in this fluvial map, as you can see, it's quite plain. Mm, boring, yes. So the closest hill I had here, so this is going to be my castle in some way. So that's why I said all these production camps in order to help the production of the and the construction of the monastery, and the lumber camps I will be moving them soon. Right now, as I have plenty of wood, there is no necessary, and they will keep it going all the way to chop there. For example, with the reforestation tool, you can also create this kind of paths. They are not using it because it's not the most optimized path. So the AI of the peasants always go to the shortest points. But for example, and let me save it here, you can, if you want to have also some path, for example, I can block it here, which is not really well made and it's quite risky to do it in the alpha. They will keep passing because the animation is already on the way, but as you can see soon, they will start going to other paving because that should be blocked. Hopefully. Let's put the camera here. The thing is that my town is right now too big that if someone lived from here and it was going, for example, to go to recollect the berries, it has to go all the way through because the animation was on the way. So this will be closed by now. Are they using it? What? Shall I close that also? Well, I will not touch anything because I don't want to screw it. So let's put it away. But you get the point. Like, with the reforestation tool and the destruction tool, you can create some paving through the forest, which is actually quite nice. As you can see here, is still the remains of it. I'll put it away. So as you can see, we tripled the common ears, and they're going to demanding more bread, more clothes, more berries, everything. And I have to keep an eye on my resources now that they go really down and they start being unhappy. So this is the two videos I was telling you before. This is the immigration, and they simple like appear on the edge of the map as they will come in from another town, and they made their way to your town, and it's beautiful. It's nice the kind of blur effect they have on the distance and like with the surroundings. And as you can see, they are coming to my town. And they have to go all the way to the village center, which is like the first territory you have. So yeah. Yes and no, Demon, because for example, in this island, it's not the best example because I want to get all the sheepy islands. I don't know why. I just had a hunch. I want sheep there, so let me be. Don't judge me. But as you create your cities, I mean, this is kind of like creating this kind of housing. This is not really medieval, actually. You know, people used to have their houses really close to their work. So at the moment, and sadly, as is already gone, I don't know if they actually choose any kind of housing where they will build their house close to their work. But there is a problem now because all of them. Wait, I click on the. Let me pause it. All of them can actually work in pretty much everything. So how do you get track of this? How this mark tender that imagine like works there and has the house there luckily. Now if I want to be, I don't know, like a miner, has to go with this house, has to go all the way, that's how to save, to the mine, which is here in the middle. So I think this kind of game, as right now there is limitless, like infinite resources, is not really a huge deal. It's something that many people brought on the Discord because they want to have some kind of like also like knowledge in order to play better to how you started your city. But I think, I mean, this is because I went crazy and I wanted a huge housing. But normally it should be like wherever you expand your territory, you put the production change in these kind of ships, and then you have a tiny area of houses. That will mean, hopefully, that if you need shepherds, oh god, they will come here and they will get the house nearby. But again, what if you move the guy from the job? Almost done, hopefully. Let me see, not that they are stuck. I hope I answered your question. I don't know if I explained myself correctly. But as everyone can be anything, it's hard to get track where they're going to build their houses. I think I'm going to create a church there, so I will stop it for creating the house around it, and I'm going to create a tiny church here. Because oh, actually they don't need it. Well, I will create it anyway. You wanna help? Which theme shall we use? We have stone, which I really use is red, and we have red and blue. This is the blue. Kind of more or less got the monastery in the same pattern. But this is the kind of building parts that is already right now. They keep adding more stuff, so this should be like way more things to do. So of course you start with the core, and this is the monument tool I was talking to you. This is one of the biggest features of the game. You can rotate it, you can put it up and down. So let's create a tiny church here. I think they have enough space. I don't want to put things too close together. Let's make it a tiny bit big. Alright. Let's make a stained glass here. We need some tower for the bell. I'm gonna make it. If they can improve that, the best we can do is enclave the house in the middle of your feature town, so we optimize like we can. Yes, that's something that has been brought to the Discord. But again, trying to get the center of the town, even if it's featured for this kind of fluvial map, will be quite complicated. I don't think it's much of a problem. Of course, like if you play strategy games like me, we only focus on optimizing, getting the best things done, getting everything together, like this kind of micro management. But as I was talking to us before, this game quite fights that, because it's a kind of slow-paced game which, of course, you can optimize. You can do stuff that is really well, and as you can see, like I have all the money. I don't have any more I don't have any more place to store more money. I have tons of resources, so I pretty much more or less mastered the game. So pretty much my choices or where I'm going to create the houses doesn't matter at this moment. Maybe in the future, with more stuff around, they will be different. But it shouldn't be any problem because, for example, yeah, I will create all the houses, but maybe, and I was thinking of it, by the way, I love the entrance to the town by a wheat field. So maybe I create a huge, like 3 territories, more or less. I will add this one. You know, like all these 3 for wheat farms and windmills and stuff. And maybe they create houses here and they are close to the work, hopefully. We don't know. I know how you feel. I also like to get everything as much optimized as possible. It's just that sometimes it's different. Damn it. I wanted to resemble some kind of cross, but I don't have the space. Alright, there. More or less. One pretty thing to do with the churches in the middle of the town is these kind of arcs that look really nice on the path. As you can see, there is some kind of limit where you can create put your stuff. But if you temporarily place a core, like somewhere, it will allow you to extend this area. So for example, if I want to put my core here, then I can actually create an arc here. And those lines. Yeah, I just hope they can improve this. Sometimes, like if the next job is far away, I will share my house with someone with the same problem. Yeah, I think it should be possible. It's just that at the moment they are quite. I don't know if you can find the roadmap. Let's say how they want the things to get done, but there's so many things that we can do. And as you well say, this is such an early alpha or early version, and this have so much content and so much things to do that they can go everywhere. They can go to the point where you said, which is really well said, that they will exchange houses, or they will just go to any other different path. Can we put a gargoyle here? Yeah, why not? We have a... This is some kind of entrance, and I will have the two doors on the side. There. I will put also a door here on the back. Now I delete the temporary cores, and as you can see there is some arch. So that will look nice. Actually, I did it. I want to put it there. Okay, I think it looks more or less nice. Alright, and let's hit the construction button. In blue. I like it blue. I actually don't like this arc in the middle. Okay. So let's get the tiny walls around it. There was one arc here, so... There. Right now this kind of wall stone is free to construct because it's more about like creating the stuff, and there was the other arc. Whoa, whoa. Okay, to there. And I was hoping to create another arc there actually. I will do that. And to here. So this kind of stone wall is to more or less create the pathing where you want the people to walk by. In this case, for example, when the construction, I use it here, so I make sure that they were the only two main paths created. The construction time or how it does is also needs some rework because, of course, like the stone glass is really easy to construct, so that's why they aim first, but that leads to these moments. Let's see how the monastery is doing. I will buy some territories, actually. It's really funny. I will buy this one, and this one. As you expand your territories, every time you buy, you can see there is a fee to 50 gold a month. Right now, I can allow it. I actually need to... Yeah, me too, but it's just that it's taking so long because it requires so much polish stone that I don't know if I actually like being constructed or not. I have my doubts though. They keep coming from time to time, but I don't know if they actually construct. I don't know if I will be able to do it today because I need to keep going. I have some friends visiting, and by 10 minutes I should be leaving. I just stick because I also wanted the monastery to be finished, but I think I may have to redo everything. I don't know. Let me see the... It says there is no polish stone. You know what? Let's make it big. It looks really great, and the pacing of constructing looks really cool. When you can see this unfinished and all the wooden structure, it looks really nice though. It's just that at the moment, when constructing, of course they will make it everything better. But it seems that there are some kind of problems where people construct. For example, I'm not sure if this will be able to be done because I kind of like lock it. Hopefully, like they need to establish some kind of like AI in order to see like if there is a piece that is in the middle, they should be doing it first. But I think it's more or less going. It's just that I'm missing the polish stone because they really need a lot of it. They still need like 1,000. That's why I'm going to create 2 more stone mason, like 3 more stone mason. And yes, I have to go. I will leave the game running, and hopefully, I don't know. I really want to keep it finished, but maybe I have to leave it for the next day, which quite sad me. But at least this is going to be finished, right? Yeah, this should be done. We have tons of plug. We have tons of tools. Let me see the workplace lead. This is all the amount of buildings they have with the worker. Alright, gathering hat. Yeah, here. It's not a problem about the stone because I have some of them. It's about the polished one. The polished. Alright, let's keep the people working on that. Hopefully they will be increase the production. 5 more people to work on the guardian stone. I think how they did with the blurring and everything looks really great. I'm gonna leave the camera there. I don't need to keep going. I need to get myself dressed. I don't think I will be able to finish it, even if it's going down. So I will save it here. Hopefully we can meet again. I hope you enjoy. If you have any more questions, you can write them in on the chat here on the Twitch. I will answer in there or by Twitter. I really hope you have a great afternoon. And yeah, hope we meet again. I'm gonna save it and then run because my friends are already like demanding me to go. Okay, let's close this. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you for passing by.